Welcome all. Today is day 12. I thank you all for joining today. Please seated in a comfortable position. Cross your feet. Clasp your fingers. Close your eyes. And start observing your breath. Release all your tensions. Relax your shoulders. And be with your breath. The natural, kind, soft breath. 5-minute practice. Be with your breath. Two minutes. Be with your breath. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly unclasp your fingers and place them on your eyes. Place your hands on your eyes and feel the energies on my count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently open your eyes and look at your palm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Masters. Thank you, Patriji. Thank you all for joining today. I'll invite Nandini Madam to go over the topic of self-care today.
Thank you, Navya, for wonderful, peaceful meditation. And thank you, Hitil, for the music. Thank you, Masters, for being here, for being present here, for your energies, for this beautiful, wonderful meditation. Okay, take your time, sip some water, ground this energy that we have just received, and let us bring all your senses back in this moment. Now we are prepared to listen to our today's wisdom. No sleeping, no meditation, wisdom. Why do we do meditation before we share our wisdoms? These sessions. Because with when we meditate, we empty ourselves, right? And with that empty cup, when then the wisdom is shared, it's more grasped. It's more, it becomes more imbibed in you. So let us begin our today's topic. Hi Shashiji, hi Pradeep. Thank you, thank you. Hello Hariprasad ji. Good morning to you. Hello Sneha. Hello Sumaji. Thank you for opening your cameras. Seeing your wonderful, wonderful presence makes me more excited to share. All right. So today's topic is common sense and middle path. These both go hand in hand. And we're gonna understand how. And how can we use now, okay, common sense is something, or mostly we've heard common sense is so uncommon, but the word itself says common sense. What does it mean? Using your senses with utmost, you're commonly, repeatedly using your senses, but in a right way. So common sense. And now, how do you now you think that what is the use of common sense in spirituality? Why this topic in spiritual courses? Well, spirituality. What do you mean by spirituality? Anyone? Let's open our forum to be more interactive. So, what do you mean by spirituality? What does one mean by spirituality? Can anybody tell me? Okay, connecting with divine. What is divine? Yes, Nehani.
Hello, good morning, Nandini. Good morning, Shashiji. Thank you, Navya, for the beautiful meditation. I, I think spirituality is being with one with the Creator, or understanding your own self. That is the divine truth, whatever. That is what I have understood, maybe.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Yeah, so most commonly people are saying that spirituality is connecting with the creator or with our self or who we truly are. Hariji is saying we have to know that we are soul matter. Mm-hmm. Okay. Shaluji is saying connecting with our actual reality, oneness. Okay. Yes. So these are actually the goals that you are seeking, okay, in your journey. to become one with yourself, to become one with your reality, to become one with the creator who have created you. So these are the goals. Spirituality is actually living your moment, every moment, with the common sense, with the knowledge, with the wisdom, with the enlightenment that you're gaining in every moment. So when we meditate, when we empty ourselves, when we read a book, what we are doing, we are we are enriching ourselves with right wisdom, right? When we listen to masters, when we read books, what do we do? We listen to their perspectives, their wisdom, their thoughts on certain things, and we grasp those things. And what after that? What is happening when we're doing that? We're increasing our intellect. Okay, this is one perspective. Yes, that person is saying something is making sense. Whatever that person is saying is making little sense. Now, that wisdom, whenever the point will come in your day to day life, you're going to use that sense, the knowledge that you have just gained, you have to use that. So, that is spirituality. Living with rightfulness is spirituality. All that we have just discussed are you're seeking that. That is a journey. But spirituality means becoming aware, becoming one with what your um, what your truly, what who you truly are in that moment. So common sense is also that when you are completely one with all your senses. Now how, what are your senses? Right seeing. Okay, right, your eyes, eyes is one of the sense, nose is one of the sense, ears, right, tongue. So what do you do? How do you use these senses to make to enrich your common sense? When you're seeing with eyes, what do? You see. Now you're observing, you're seeing. Now see the right thing. If you see somebody's throwing garbage in front of you, what is the right thing to do in that moment? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me, when you see something happening in front of you, what, for example, you're seeing somebody throwing garbage on the road or on the floor, whereas the dustbin is right beside them. What do? What is the right thing to do in that? What you might do? Forget about right or wrong. Can anybody tell me? Nobody. Yell at them. Okay, Pradeep ji. Okay, that you think that is the right thing too. Okay. Radhika is saying, go and tell them to put it in the dustbin. Let them know it is not the right thing to do. Rashmi is saying, give awareness where to put it. And what if they don't take it? What if they don't accept your suggestion, your feedback? What if they don't care? They're gonna disturb your peace. So the right thing, when you see what you feel right, you do. Telling anybody, giving them the awareness when they are not in the acceptance mode, what will happen to you? What you see is your responsibility. What they are doing is their responsibility. Either you see and move on, accept the level of consciousness people are living in, accept and move on, or you do the right thing. But if you're gonna go and yell at them, what's gonna happen? They're gonna yell at back at you. Hey, who are you to tell me? I can do whatever I want. Right? Who are you to tell me what is right or what is wrong? You're not my father, you're not my brother, you're not nobody. Right? They're gonna come at you. They're gonna attack you. Your peace of mind is gone. So the common sense is not used here. Understand. You did the, now you feel like I'm doing the right thing. I am the bad person here. I did the right thing. This is their, they don't have any civil sense. They're wrong. And I'm speaking for the truth. Then how I am wrong here? Because again, that is not the right thing to do. Awareness, common sense become heightened when we are more conscious, when our consciousness is expanded, when we are more aware. Okay, we know no matter how many times you're gonna go, and in fact even we sit at their home and tell them that, see, this is what you're doing, this is show them the whole story, what the garbage is gonna do, this the garbage that is sitting, the plastic that is sitting on the road, what is gonna happen to what, the pollution that is going to create, the chemicals that it's going to release over the years. You show them whole history, they're going to not see it because the mind is not open. So who's getting suffered? You. I'm speaking that person. So that is not the common sense, right? Use making yourself suffer is not common sense. So using your eye right, using your ears right, what you're listening, somebody shouting it, some matter is happening, somebody else is abusing someone, what is the right thing to do? You're gonna go and interfere in that matter and say, hey, you can't speak like that to that person. Or if something is happening to you, if somebody is abusing you, if somebody is interfering in your matters, or somebody is disrespecting you or speaking something which is against you, and you're letting you're listening to all of that, and what is the right thing to do? So the rightness, how that rightness understanding will come, the more aware we become, the more intellect we built. Or how intellect get built? When we read right wisdom. Pardon me. The more reading books open more perspectives. Okay, this master is saying this author is telling me, have told this on same topic. Many other masters have written something or the other. Some perspectives will match, something will be new in that author's, coming from that author's experience. We understand that. And how is that gonna help us? Now when the situation comes, we have 100 perspectives already within us, that we know that if we're gonna do this, this is gonna come. If you're gonna do this, this is gonna happen. Now you use your common sense to put what is required in that moment. That's why the more intellect you build, the more you will know how to, what to be, how to be, where to be. And of course, this goes without saying, nothing can happen without meditation. If you read, how it's going to set in within you when you're empty. If you're not empty and you're pouring, it will outflow, it will not sit in, it will flow out. So if you're sitting with a heavy mind and you're sitting and reading, it will not go in. You might be reading like a textbook, but it's not going to go in. So meditation is required. So meditation is not about escaping life. Meditation is all about learning how to live consciously in moment, every moment, how to be conscious. What is conscious word itself means? You are awake, you're conscious, you're aware. So use this language, understand each word's definition rightly. What is aware means? When you understand the language, the definition rightly, you will be able to understand everything clearly. The definitions are wrong. So the more conscious we are living, the more common sense get heightened, the more common sense is being produced from within us, the more intuition. Now there's so many topics, the intuition is one. When you're in from within, when something knowing is coming, when something deep within is coming, that gut feeling, that intuition is one. It's not several. But your mind chatter is several. Mind will produce 100 options for one thing. So how do you know what to choose? That where the common sense lies. Your common sense will help you choose. Again, what is common sense? Let's go deeper into it. Now, how common sense and middle path is work together. They go hand in hand. How many of you know Gautam, Buddha? How many of you know Gautam Buddha and know his story? How he started? Anyone? I see Prem was raising her hand. Do you want me to unmute you? Okay.
We just read it when in childhood somewhere, like when we were studying. Not a lot, but I know the story when he was I think young, like 16, 17. Then he saw something, then he realized like how's the life, and then he started doing meditation or something.
Yes,
That's what
that
I
is
know.
what it is. Uh,
Mhm.
You absolutely started it right. How his birth was. He was not an ordinary man. He right. He took birth in a palace to a king.
Yeah.
So his birth, his what according to the society, according to the plan, his birth was to carry forward his lineage, which according to societies our all aim is, birthright is, or birth purpose is to carry forward our lineages. If you are taking birth in king's life, or a family of a king, or such high value people, you have to carry forward that business. If you are a king's son, you have to carry forward that that place, take care of the palace, take care of the society, right? But what he did, when he understood that, when he saw that what
Pain.
life I'm living, what life I've been provided, is not actually something which is being provided to everyone. He was highly protected, in a highly protected environment, never seen what even an ounce of sadness or what crying means, you know. So I'm gonna remove you from the spotlight, and just if you want to say anything, if you want to contribute anything, just let me know. I'll put that again. So what does that mean? What happens? So when he first time came in contact with the reality, that what he have been observing or what he have been seeing as the truth is actually not the truth. His inner, his there was an unsettlement within him. There were questioning was happening. Now he wanted to know the truth. Now you want to know what is beyond this circle that have been created within me. So the questioning started his journey, true journey. So the programming was breaking down. The true journey started with the questioning, and then he went to gurus. Like I'm speaking in the language that what is happening, which is parallelly what happened to a common man. We go to sessions, right? He went to gurus to seek the answers. Hey, these are my questions, can you help me? Teach me what you have learned. He learned everything. He very diligently, very sincerely, he learned from all the gurus, but still he was not able to find the right. There was not a satisfaction within him. So what did he do? After he saw that everybody is doing, but they're also not happy, they're also not getting answers. He took wisdom from all the sages who have been doing from years and years, and he did not get the answer. Then he set by himself under a bodhi tree, and he seeked answer within. Then the enlightenment came, that everyone, that the middle path was one of the first lecture, one of the first wisdom that he gave, that we know of, that what history tells us, that's what his story tells us. Because he went through, or he saw all the extremes performed by all the sages. Some people are torturing their body, some people are going into, escaping, or subletting themselves from the reality, doing sannyasa, going for sannyasa. Their wives are, or their families are suffering. There was a story, if you see Buddha's story, there's so many stories that will help you understand what middle path or what common sense is. That's how he came up with eightfold paths. How many do we know what are eightfold path that he taught us? That's when he saw that if there's no satisfaction, there's no answer in extreme, when you come in middle. And what are extremes? Now, in common sense, in common language, let me talk about the extremes. One of the extremes, let's say, in our day-to-day life, to understand these concepts, let me use those language. Indulgence. One extreme is indulgence. If you're involved in something, you're completely involved in that. There's nothing else exist. And people say that is focus, or to achieve something, you need that. That is wrong. That is, I'm taking the responsibility of my words. These are my understanding. See, okay? Overreaction. One of the extreme is overreaction. Then what? One more extreme can be. What can it be? Emotional drama, interference. All of these can be said as extremes. Another kind of extremes are suppressing your emotions. Emotional drama. What does emotional drama means? When you are over letting your emotion control you. You're letting your emotion control you, and then you're acting out of it. The other extreme is suppressing your emotions, suppressing your expression, your thoughts, or becoming silent because of the fear. One extreme is not stopping. You're speaking, and the other extreme is becoming silent because of fear, running away from responsibility. So these are two kind of extremes. Middle path is common sense, is know when to speak, how much to speak, where to speak, what to speak. I'll give you example to make you understand this, or to make this better. What is middle path? Radhika is saying, is right anxiety right one? What this this is a wrong question, Radhika. I would love to speak to you. Okay. Yeah. What do you mean by anxiety is right one? What is your actually the question? Please explain me that. The more we speak, the more we express, the more we ourselves are gonna get answer. Trust me on that. Okay. Now, again, I was talking about middle path. What is common sense and middle path? When to speak, what to speak. For example, you're sitting, you are sitting in a crowd, okay? And you're sitting in a group of people, and you start talking about your personal matters, and oh my god, what is happening in my life is so waste. My husband always keep saying that my children doesn't listen to me. What is that gonna create? And you're sitting in a group, okay? It could be your friends, it could be stranger, it could be such groups. And you start saying that. What is gonna happen? What is gonna create? What did you just do? Is it's does my sharing, my personal sharings, are going to help that group? If that is not helping the group, should I say? Rashmi is saying frustration. Yes, because that's what I'm outpouring. That is what I'm projecting. Is that a common sense? What is the common sense? How would I use? I personally would use my common sense here. I'll see, I'll observe. Of course, something is happening in my life. Everything is something or the other is happening in everyone's life. We are humans. We are living a normal, you know, sansaric life. Sansar means your livelihood with families, with, you know. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll observe and I'll see if I'm going through something, and if I've learned from that, if there's something that I've learned from that challenge, or there's some lesson that I've learned, I'll speak about that. You know what I've observed, you know what I've learned, this is what was happening, and this is what I've learned. I'll only speak about my personal matters if I have anything to share about my learnings from that, because that's how I'm contributing in a group. Otherwise, if I want to share, if I want some friend to listen to my personal story, I'll take them aside and talk to them. I'll call them. Just sharing for the common, what generally we can do. Or if we are sitting in a common, if we are sitting with a, if I'm talking to somebody one on one, and I bring everybody's matter, what I heard about that person, what I heard, that his husband is talking like that to that woman, the children were speaking like this. Do you know that what I'm doing, I'm bringing world's fair to that particular interaction that is happening? Is that a common sense? If I'm present with somebody, my time I'm giving that to that person, the time is for that person. If that is not required, if the completion is there, there's nothing to interact anymore, I must leave. I should respect my time and the other person's time. As simple as that. So if you are there, if you are present somewhere, you must always, I always see how I can contribute here. That is my common sense. If I am not contributing anyway, I simply there should be interaction. Either I am learning something or I am contributing something. If either of them is not happening, I must leave. I simply observe and leave. Now, more examples. So, what to speak, when to speak, how to speak, and how much to speak. All of this is common sense. Does this happen to you? I think I really want to understand please know that I want to understand what question is. So please if you can unmute yourself and talk. Now, okay, moving on. So what do we do again, like how I was saying with an example, that somebody's f- the moment somebody starts sharing something personal to you, what is usually happens? Guys, I want this to be very interactive session, so if you can be with me, speak with me, and share your experiences with me, that would be amazing. Trust me, that's how we're gonna make use of what is happening right now. So Tell me what happens. What do you do? There is no judgment over here. Again, please understand all of these are, or if I have been doing something wrong, and I'm understanding that maybe there's some other way of doing things, that doesn't mean that we judge ourselves, or we think that other are judging us. Forget about others. Why you are here? You're here to why I'm here. If I join some place, I want to learn, I want to improve. So speak, share. Okay. So what happens when we talk to somebody and somebody is sharing their personal matters? We jump in. The moment one person say something and we know what to, we jump in and give solutions. And you know what? You start doing this. You must do this. See what happens. I'm telling you, this is gonna happen. Do this. What is this? What is this happening right now? What does this call? Did that person ask you to help? If that person has asked you to help, then only that, then also you should know how much help should you give. There's a famous quote that I heard Patriji saying a lot, and I completely agreed with it. Wherever even angels fear to jump in or help, fools rush in. What does this mean? Angels who know whose life purpose is to guide or help or to make your life better, they fear to interfere, but the fool will rush in and say, oh, you know what, you do this. I'm telling you, this is the path. You walk on this and you're gonna get success. You're not doing this or you're not doing that. Say your intention is right. Please understand what I'm saying. Your intention is right, but what is going to happen to that person? They're going to come back to you after doing one action. They're going to come back to you and ask for another action. Now I've spoken this. So you said you say hi to that person and see what happens. That person said hi to that person. Now they didn't use their own intellect, they didn't use their own mind, they didn't use their own wisdom. They want to come back to you and say, that's how the businesses work, that's how media is also working. you know they're going to come back to you and ask you, okay, I said hi and this was the response. Now how do you go and chat gtp, how do you use that? Once you use ai, what happens? You're going to go in, or everything you're getting dependent to that person, that AI or person. So once you have interfered, now you have become part of that story. Now you have to lead that story on. There's no escape. Now you have become that. Now you are the person who is leading. The face is others. Now you are the person who is leading that. What we interfere through gossips. We interfere through advice that is not being asked. I'm gonna come back to you, Anu. We interfere through curiosity. Oh, yeah, what is happening in your matter? Why didn't you come to that function, yeah? Why didn't your husband came with you in that function? Why like don't see much of the photos, much of your photos together? What is happening, guys? Everything is okay. My concern is very genuine. No, my dear, your concern is not very genuine. Sorry, please pardon me if I'm speaking too. What is your concern in other person's matter? Yes or no? We'll take you and then I'm gonna move forward. Are you do you wanna speak? I think we have talked before. Not in this session maybe, but we have talked before. Do you wanna speak, Anu? Okay, Just let us know if you want to speak. You cannot unmute. I'm asking you to unmute. Try.
Yeah, Nandini, yes, yes. Yeah, we have spoken before. Sorry, I'm not on video today. Sorry, apologies for that. Yeah. So, Nandini, so I do understand there's a free will, and we should kind of respect the free will. But then, I mean, still, like when our conscious says that this is not right, or maybe we just need to give a little bit of not advice, but the observation from our end. So at any point we should not be saying that. Like, and let the free will of the other person, or the intellect, right intellect for the other person to like be there.
I understood your question. What I suggest is, Anuji, and what I do is, yeah, one must walk their path. Okay,
Mm,
you be the example, and let the other person come to you, rather we going to other person and telling them, hey, you're doing wrong, see, this is the reality. The more you're gonna do it, the more that person is gonna they're gonna push you away, because
mm,
nobody wants advice, nobody wants
mm,
hear that they are wrong. Everybody wants to hear that they are absolutely right, they know what they're doing. So if you're gonna walk to them and tell them, hey, this you're doing wrong, you should do that, should, you, how can you tell me what should
mm,
I do? You tell them, this is the tone that comes in. So when we walk the path, when you are with your truth and you walk the path, they observe, they naturally observe and learn. You don't have to say a word. So
mm,
if in a family also, if close relations also, you're seeing something which is, again, you have to, how you said, free will, you have to let it happen.
okay.
But you have to walk with your truth. You don't have to be an ignorant, or you have to suppress your emotions. You
Mm,
do what you do.
okay. Mm,
You be the example, not interfering in their matters or doing their work, taking their responsibility. Okay, they are not doing it, I'll do it. You don't take their responsibility. That is not. Do what is your responsibility, and that is enough. That is it. You have
oh,
done all kind of have done physical responsibility by doing it. You
mm,
have done your as a awakened being, you have done your responsibility.
mm,
If you're more conscious, you're done your responsibility by doing that. So if you walk your truth, you're taking care all of your responsibilities.
mm. So then,
Doing
unless
all your
ours
responsibilities.
be I mean, take a step back, and unless asked to not go and I mean, we should not go and advise or suggest. So let them let let each individual awaken at their own pace.
Let them come to you. If they come
Mm.
to you, you give whatever is required,
Okay.
give them. But
Oh.
if you are gonna go, they're not prepared to take you.
Mm.
So even if you're gonna go, it's gonna be hard for them to understand what you're saying, and then
Mm.
the matter will be more heated up. It will go, what was supposed to happen, it will go beyond that.
Okay. Sure.
So
Thank you,
now
Nandini.
you will get charged now, the energy. So you have to wait for other people. Now this waiting is not ignorance. Again, please understand, we have to keep on doing what we are doing.
Mm.
Keep on increasing our energies, keep on expanding our consciousness. Then we will able to see, okay, and now I have to be just the witness here.
Mm.
And once, if the person is ready to accept what I have to offer, I will speak, I will give, unless I will move on.
Okay.
The attachment of, no, this is my husband or my daughter
Mm.
or my son, they should
Mm.
they should do the right thing, they should learn the right way. That attachment is where we
Mm.
want to sacrifice a peace of mind.
Mm. So be in an observer state always, unless asked.
Absolutely. Be in
Sure.
observer state and not observe. Do not absorb that. Once we
Mm.
absorb that, we become that. So
Mm.
if that is happening and you're absorbing it, the anger will produce so now the suppression will happen, because absorbing will create thoughts, will create emotions, will create all the hormones. So absorb, simple witness. Shakespeare's greatest quote, the world is a mere drama and we are all are actors. So you see it as a drama. See what they are acting as and what your role is asking for. If you see fire in a house, if you see that a person has left a gas knob open, now what will you do? Will you observe, oh no no, let the person be acceptance of my advice? So you see where your input is required, where where you need to walk in, you walk in there. Now that understanding will come with your intellect, not to stop burning down your house on fire. You're gonna go and switch off the knob, right? You're gonna take the responsibility because you have witnessed it. But if you're gonna go and shout at that person, will that person listen to you? No, no, no. Oh, one time mistake I did. What are you shouting me for? Everybody do mistake. I did mistake. So you simply do. And when the person is ready, you simply put. Thank you. So interference, non-interference is actually true intellect. Speaking is not true intellect. You know the answer and you start speaking, that is not true intellect. We again, if I announce that, the session one we are organizing, or we are creating a session on one book, a book that we are reading, that I'm reading, or there's a concept that I want to share, and share in your contact list, how many people do you think are going to come? One or two maximum. But if you share a message that what I understood, I know what is happening in my neighborhood, I know what is the crispy story that is happening in the neighborhood, all people will come for the tea in your house. Tell me what is happening. I'm free, I'm all my appointments are cancelled. Tell me what happened. So your mind need is always ready for junk. Understand? So whenever that arises within you, that I'm ready for the gossip, observe from where that is coming. Again, observe the need of gossip. Now your gossip, what does it mean? Why do we satisfy ourselves with the gossip? Because okay, somebody is not, only I am not in the rut, everybody is in the rut. Good. I'm okay. So that ego satisfaction happening. Now, whenever the word ego comes, everybody get alert. See, understand, this is how your mind play with you. So whenever, nobody is your enemy, whenever such things are coming, whenever such things are arising from within us also, when we are like, okay, I'm getting interested, some news, if we open news, the gossips about celebrities, all of that, do you think all of that is planted gossip? And we are curious, okay, that person is having, now this is the affair they're having. Forget about your known people, they're unknown people. Nothing have to do, even if you know something, nothing is going to change in their life, and you don't even know what the truth of their life is. You're just happy with, okay, I know what is happening in his life, I have more control, I know what is happening there, I feel better. This is unsaid things. You don't say this, but this is unsaid, understanding of things. So you have to see from where things are arising. You don't have to anything you see, something is happening, you depart yourself from that place. If you're seeing that gossip is happening in front of you, and you just walk away, make yourself distant from that space. You don't have to entertain, you don't have to please. Just change your position. You don't have to correct them. Hey, don't gossip. Don't gossip. You don't have to correct them. Don't tell anybody no. Don't do that. You simply walk away. You do your part. When trust me, when they observe and when they start questioning, first they will start attacking you. Hey, I was talking, you left, yaar. You disrespected me. I'm not going to call you in the next tea party. Okay, sir, don't call me. As your wish. You don't care if I call you, I don't call you, I'm gonna cut you off fully. So that's what we do also. See from where this is coming. Again, middle path. So you don't cut off people completely. You don't tell them, or you don't shout on them ki, hey, you are wrong. You simply observe, okay, this is what the person is. Now, how much distance I have to create for my peace of mind? And observe and move on. Change your position. Move on. Okay, I'll be careful. The next time that person is gonna come, I'll be careful. Okay, I know from what conscious level that person is coming. I'll be careful about it. How to interact with that person, how much to interact with that person. So the more aware you are, the more conscious you become, the more you know where your time is energy, your presence is energy. How much to give, where to give, you will know. All of these, if you keep on entertaining, there are many kind of people all around us, many kind of people around us. Now you see the people, again, understand, if I'm saying, okay, these are ignorant people, I'm not judging them. This is not judgment. Or the unconscious people, this is not a judgment, this is awareness, this is knowing. This is their realization. Judgment is when you're fixated, okay, this person is ignorant, this person is unconscious, and they are never gonna change. That is judgment. When when you're knowing something, okay, I'm understanding from where that person is, but I also know that is where the person is right now. Change is inevitable. You cannot pause the change. Change is going to happen today, tomorrow, next lifetime, anytime. They're going to come. They're going to go know what you know. If they're not listening to you, they're not respecting you right now, if you are with your truth, they're gonna be with their truth, because truth is only one. So you have to not make a judgment out of it. Oh, now to let that person come, they interfered in their matters, I'm gonna take a revenge. Judgment, no judgment. So troublemaking people, ignorant one, people who do not know what they're doing. What is ignorance? When you do not use your mind. I don't care, yaar, what is happening in the world. I don't care what is happening world. I don't care my throwing on the road is polluting air or sand or earth. Okay, you don't care. What now, Pradeep ji, if you are here, coming back to what you said, you're gonna yell at them. Right? What is going to happen? The person is ignorant. What happened to you? Now your cholesterol was high because you got angry, right? So who suffered here? They are not using their mind. Yeah, be the change you want to see in the world, Gandhi. So, or other kind of people who are unconscious. Unconscious means they are not in control of their mind. They will speak what they want to speak, but they don't know what they're doing. They're not in control of their emotion. They're doing, and they're troubling you. Somebody, they're going through their own things and they come and shout at you. They destroyed your peace of mind. So stay away from ignorant people, stay away from unconscious people. Again, staying away is not cutting them or escaping. If you're living with a family, per se, can you cut off your family members? Is it okay to cut off your family members? It will not be okay. You have chosen them. I think we have spoken about this. Like you choose your family. If you read the books, soul plan, soul contracts, you will understand that. So if you have chosen that family, you have come with this arrangement that you will be ignorant. I will get, with my free will, I will get some knowledge, and I have to live with this. And another life, you experience this, how to be in samsara. Now again, there is not ego here. I know everything and they don't know everything. They are stupid. No. Nature call us stupid? Do nature punishes us? Nature never punishes us. All the disastrous activities that is happening through nature, like earthquakes, like tsunami, like all of these, nature is not planning for us. Okay, this is a natural occurrence because of the actions that we have taken. Because of our drilling, the earth layers are getting weak, and earthquakes are getting more. Tsunami is happening. So nature is not planning, okay, you are polluting me, I'm gonna come back as tsunami to you. Nature never plans a revenge. Nature is nature. That is why natural disasters. Sun is not like, you did not bow down to me, you do not see me, you did not. Nobody is seeing sunrises or sunsets. I'm not gonna rise, or I'm not gonna set. Nobody is bothered about me. Understanding what I'm coming from, where I'm coming from. So nature is not seeing what is happening to them. They're just being. So that is what our responsibility is also. We have to be, irrespective of what is happening outside of us. Mhm. So they're not your enemies. People who may not be using their mind, or maybe using too much of their mind, they're not your enemies. So you don't have to shout at them or tell them that, hey, this is what the right thing is. You simply have to observe, just know from what conscious level they are coming from, give them how much they can take, and you move on. Even if one pearl of truth is, if given to one person, they're gonna that truth is, the tree of that truth is gonna rise within them. So you give them meditation with your own experience. And if you are not sincere about it, it's not going to reach them. You're yourself doing disheartenedly, like today you said, tomorrow you did not do, then day after tomorrow also some little time you did, but not completely. Then somebody is coming and you're talking about meditation, it's going to reach with that energy to them. So if your energy is aligned, completely aligned, and you are living that truth, that's how the market people are. So they believe, they speak what they believe, and they only live that truth. If I think this is the life, I'm only going to see that as my reality. Nothing else exists for me. So if that's how they manifest, that's how the focus thing is. So what, if you want to spread, have experienced this beauty of meditation, you have to be and speak. Then you don't need anything else. You don't need hundreds of case studies to let anybody believe. Again, see from what conscious level other person is coming and give only that. So respect your time, respect their time, and know that nothing is permanent. If somebody is acting out of something, that is not who they really are. That is the circumstances, that the belief patterns, that is the understanding that coming from. It may change. You may know better today, you might not know better tomorrow. They may know better, they learn more better things. So no judgments. So that humbleness, that groundedness comes from intellect. When you really use that intellect get heightens when you read books, when you read other people's wisdom, their experiences. So read, rise your intellect. Newspapers, when you're reading newspapers, when you're reading random stories, when you're reading a non-fictional story, that fantasy come in your mind, and then you want to experience that, right? Why the fan system happen, when you fan movement happen, you see somebody's life, and that life get close to your, okay, I want to experience that. You're understanding from where I'm coming, that this is the ideal life, I want to become that. Hey, that life is somebody's else, maybe that's not even true, they're not even telling the truth, but you're idealizing it, and you're forgetting your truth, you're forgetting your own unique purpose or unique gift that you have taken birth with. So take information, and with your common sense, use that information wherever it is required in your life. That is it. No idealizing, no godism. Each one of us, each human here is our guru. Whether they appear as your enemies, whether they appear as the most stupid person, they are teaching you patience. So when you are that humble, when you are that grounded, you are never gonna fail. You're only gonna, if you sit, two kind of students are there. One is listening. One is like, how come I'm listening to that person? Why should I listen to that person? I know much better. Who will have success? The person who learned, or who thought that I know better? So when you're humble, when you grasp from everywhere, now not, you're not polluting mind with excessive of information. With your meditation, with your awareness, you know what is right to take. Even if a book is opening, how much information and what information you want to take, is required for you to take, you're going to take that much information. That's how you read book. It's not textbook that you have to memorize each word from the textbook. Exam is going to happen and anything can happen. So understand, meditation is the basic, it's necessity, it's not even a luxury. Sleep is luxury, eating is luxury. It's the pleasure that it's projecting on us. But meditation is necessity. So we must meditate every day. There is no excuse. Then I can only sit for 15 minutes. No, that is excuse. That is what we're too comfortable in our comfort. Whatever is comfortable, I'm just gonna do that. Be uncomfortable sitting for half an hour or 1 hour with your eyes closed, with your mind being in one position. It's so difficult. Yes, it's difficult because we have not done it. Who says it's easy? We're telling ourselves it's easy because we want to believe that. And it becomes easy. Again, going back to the example, walking for a baby, for a newborn, for a 8-month-old baby is difficult. He or she is falling again and again because trying to walk, it's difficult, it's challenge. They cry. They don't want to walk, they want to be held up. Comfort is better, right? But does any parent want them to hold them, always be in scroller, or always hold them and never learn walking? Same. So the more discomfort you are, feeling, the more you're learning. In any situation, given situation, the more comfortable you are, the more you're getting habitual of that scenarios. Whether it's a challenge, whether there is the belief pattern, whether there is a thinking pattern. So challenge yourself. If you're too comfortable, challenge yourself. Give yourself challenges. Okay, today I'm gonna try this out in my life. You're gonna learn something. So with that, we have reached our time. But if anybody wants to speak anything or share anything, the forum is open and we can share with each other. And if we do not have anything, we can also leave and meet tomorrow again. How is it? Did it make sense? Did any of today what I spoke make any sense? So are we gonna use our senses in a right way? What are the eightfold path? Okay, this was left. Eightfold paths. Please understand. Right understanding, right thinking. Understand all the eightfold path. Let me, because I'm also. What were it? Anybody know on the fingertips? I'm just seeing what all 8 points were. Okay, right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. These are the eightfold path that Buddha gave us. When you understand all of these, what is that? What is the right speech? What is right intention? It's beautiful. We must have one class to explain all of these eightfold paths. What is right understanding? If we do not have right understanding, we are gonna take everything. If we do not have our definitions right, if our definition of love is wrong, no matter even if God comes and give us hug and say you're loved, you're not gonna believe it, because your definition of love is until I do something, no, I cannot receive love. Until I have proven something or I've achieved something, I'm not deserving of love. So even if you're gonna get love, your definition of love is give and take. If I do something, if I've done something, then I'm capable, or I'm deserving of receiving love. If your definition is that no matter how beautiful people are around you or how much love they are giving you, you're not gonna receive it because your definition is wrong. So see your introspect on your definitions. Your definitions are your belief systems. So how do we understand? How do we see whether our definitions are right or wrong? Through books. Because book open our perspectives. Okay, this is also is there. I didn't know that. So read books. You do not need to finish the whole book. Read and see how much you can take from that. Maybe move on to next book and come back to that book some other time. So go through read with your intuition. It's not a textbook. No exam is happening. Life is your exam. Okay, with that, if you do not have anything, we will meet tomorrow with a beautiful topic of self-love. Amazing, very important topic. We all are practicing self-love because we all are meditating. And that's the first step towards taking self-love. And with that, we're gonna meet tomorrow. Thank you, masters. Thank you, all the volunteers.